What's your name?
Raghav Kafle.
So tell me how to pronounce it.
Raghav.
Radha. Okay, I'm Audrey. So where are you from?
I'm from Bhutan.
Bhutan. And where exactly is that?
It is in between China and India. It's a small country.
Okay, in between China and India. Okay, so what was the hardest like thing to leave, or like a personal memory that like you had to leave? Like, what was the hardest part about leaving?
Hardest part of living in the United States, or
no, leaving Bhutan. Like leaving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, leaving.
Actually, I was just 4.5 years old at the time. I was a small boy when I leave that country. But the thing that I know was, while I was kicked out from the country, I was supposed to go to Nepal, which was about 1.5 days in bus. So there was no food, nothing.
Okay.
For 1.5 days, and I was a small boy crying with my mother.
Okay.
That was the hardest part that I can remember. I can't remember Bhutan.
Okay, so you don't remember Bhutan at all. Okay.
So what was the hardest part about leaving Nepal? Nepal.
That's what your question is, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I was used to with my neighbor, my people, and then the language that I'm using, I used to be in the language, and I was supposed to learn all those things. And then my memory was like, I'm gonna go to the third world. I don't know who is there, what kind of language the people they speak, and those things came in my mind every single second. That was the hardest part.
Yeah. Okay. So when exactly did you come to the U.S.?
29th of May 2008.
So that was, what, 4 years ago?
Almost.
Okay. So how do you like it so far?
It is pretty nice.
You like
Everything
it?
is managed here. A lot of facilities comparatively. It's nice.
Yeah. And did you come straight like to Georgia, or?
My port of entry was New York.
New York.
I
Okay.
stayed there for a couple of hours only, and then I came to Georgia.
Okay, so you came straight here. Okay, this is a question. It says, what is your favorite food?
My favorite food is like my typical Nepali food.
Okay, which is what exactly?
Rice,
okay.
lentil soup, some vegetables, and some chutney or pickle.
Okay, I know. What do you do for fun?
Here,
Here, or you can
I used to play soccer back in Bhutan. Back in Nepal, I mean.
Back in Nepal, okay.
But after I came to the United States, I cannot find the field and stuff. I can, but I can't gather my friends together every single day.
Yeah.
Instead, I play games on the computer.
You play games? That's so typical American. We went from like being active to playing games on the computer. It's so typical. Okay, so upon coming to America, do you have like any type of goals that you want to like accomplish like here, or anything that you are like wanting to do, or anything like that?
I recently started college, and I guess I will.
What are you going for?
Pharmacy.
For what?
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy. Oh, that's good. That's really good.
I guess that's what I will do.
Okay, awesome. That's awesome. Okay, what's been the most difficult thing about relocating to a new country? Language.
Yes.
Of course.
Because at first, when I came to the United States, like I used to speak some English, and people from the United States, they speak English only.
Oh yeah.
Still, my English didn't work at that time because the accent that I had was totally different than the accent you guys do.
Right.
So that made me in real problem, but I started getting used to it. Now I can understand what you say.
Right.
But sometimes Americans, they can't understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Due to my accent.
So, have you just, did you just learn it? Did you just pick it up, or did you take like a language class, an English class, or?
At first, I was resettled by the agency that he is working in. I work in the same place now.
Okay.
And at first, when I came to the United States through RISA, RISA enrolled me in ESL class, English as a second language class.
Okay.
And then I started going to the school, learning stuff, and then reading books, watching television. That is how I started improving my stuff.
So it was like more than just taking the class. You had to like interact with people and like watch
television.
Right.
Okay. Programs and stuff.
And then last question, what has been the most interesting part of relocating to a new country?
being free, having all facilities together,
Okay.
using them.
So just being able to be free and like do whatever you want.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Tell her what it was like living in the camp in terms of freedom.
What is that?
What was it like in the camp? Because you were limited there,
Yeah.
and then coming here, what's the difference between living in a camp and living here?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
In camp, we lived together. Like, my house was this big, I guess. And then we were 6 members living together. And it was divided into 4 different compartments. Boys in this room, girls in this room, parents in that room, and this is the kitchen. This room was divided into 4. Into 4.
Oh my goodness.
And then there was no privacy at all. But here in the United States, we are very comfortable. We have privacy. We can do exactly what we want to do. Back in Nepal, by being in the refugee camp, they were living next room. Like, if this was my house, that was my neighbor's house, and that was another neighbor's house. We were together,
Right.
which was very hard.
Yes.
But we just did that. In here in the United States, we're free. We have our privacy. We can do whatever we want.
So, like, obviously, like, if you have that many people, did people get into fights or, like, arguments or... did everybody
Definitely
get along?
sometimes.
Yeah. So, that was difficult.
Did you go outside of the camp?
We do go, but not legally. But there was no security checkup, nothing going out from the camp. So we used to cheat in Nepali. Like, it's kind of cheating, but it was not really cheating. But still, we were supposed to work
Right.
to make some money to buy the clothes. And we used to go back, go to like other part out of camp. I mean, but we were technically not supposed to work out and make money.
Okay.
But still, we used to do sometimes.
Yeah.
How long were you in the camp, Arthur? How long were you in the camp?
I was in camp for 17 years.
17
Yeah,
years.
almost 18, but I was running 17.
17. Oh my gosh.
Doing nothing.
Why?
Doing
like,
nothing, yes.
I don't know if this is a weird question, but why exactly
Because
is it that way?
there was political and religious issues going on in Bhutan, and then we Hindu people were kicked out from the country. And then my family went to Nepal, and then Nepal didn't allow us to live wherever we went to because we were not citizen of the country. And UNHCR just took care of us, and we were gathered together and asked us to live in the same place. And then they provided with some food, and then we started living there. The schools were open, but only up to grade 10. After that, if we want to study, we have to pay ourselves, and we are not allowed to make money.
So you're basically just, there's really like no way for you to get ahead of like you have to pay to go to school, but then you can't work, so then you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's really like no way for you to even...
Yes, but still, sometimes people, they used to go somewhere, go to India, make some money, and then come back and study. But if we go to India, if we leave the camp for more than a month, then the rice and stuff that UNHCR used to provide used to get cut off.
Oh my goodness.
So there are a lot of problems. Still, people used to lose some of things.
Wow.
Just for their studies.
Yeah.
How did you end up batteries dying?
Okay. All right. Well, our batteries. Huh? What?
Any more questions?
No, that's it.
Like, how did you end up in the U.S.? Like, how did you go from like being in the camps?
Are they in English or in other languages? Computer games.
In English?
But like, one of our goals was to raise awareness toward like the refugee situation in the U.S. So like, we were wondering what could we do to kind of like make people know what's going on, I guess.
What can they do to make people know what's going on? Number one,
Or just try helping.
okay. Well, what you're doing today will benefit a family directly.
Yeah.
The problem is that I don't have a family right now that's going to be coming in this week because our arrivals are down. We didn't have anybody last week, and the next arrival that we've got, generally we have them every week, but the next arrival I've got is the 14th of next month. You know, so that's like 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Helping a family, which is what you're doing, is the first direct thing. The second one is awareness, and as I speak to you all, we may come up with some other ideas. But this work has been going on since, in this fashion, since about 1980. Way before that, all of this was done informally, and most of it was done by churches.
So, okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, after, so are you an American citizen now?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
you're not?
I have to be here in the United States for 5 years to be a citizen.
Okay, so you have to
But
be here for
I'm a
5 years.
permanent resident.
So how do you get that, like, permanent residential?
Part of the resettlement process.
Okay.
When they get your, he has what's called an I-94,
Right.
which enables him, after he gets his Social Security card, to work.
Okay.
And so all of our people who come in now, they get Social Security, they have I-94s, they have to register for selective service because they can be drafted like anybody else, and they can become participants in the country. And there are a couple of levels that they move through. You can be a resident alien all your life, never be a citizen of the country. You can even serve in the military and not be a citizen of the country.
Okay.
But if you want to work those steps like he is, we have a department in RISA that works within each step of the way to satisfy the requirements to become citizens. So
Okay.
he will do that after his residency time is up.
Okay.
Maybe after 5 months I'll stop.
Okay. Great.
A lot of our folks become very proficient. We have programs that help them become property owners.
You were in Nepal.
Like, just gather with friends, find some stones and play with them sometime.
For 17 years.
Yes, there was nothing to do more than that.
Oh my.
What did you say? I didn't understand.
Collect some stones and play with the stones with friends.
Like rocks and play with them.
That is. Oh, okay. How, like, would they feed you? Like, or. How,
UNHCR.
huh?
UNHCR.
Okay, so they would just bring, like.
The United Nations High Commission on Refugees runs the camp, and they provide a basic diet that never changes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Did you come here with your family or by yourself?
Family.
Family?
So your whole family's here. Okay.
I have my big brother back in Nepal, but he's not in Nepal.
But does he want to come here, or is
Yes, he is.
he does? So is he trying to do
Yes,
that?
he
Or?
is.
Okay. What about, like, the rest of your family? Like, who are your
My
family
parents are
members?
here.
Okay.
My brother, my sister, and myself. We are here. I have my brother back in Nepal.
And your wife?
And my yes,
Is she from?
my wife is here in my car.
Oh, she's waiting.
Bring her in.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us meet her.
Yeah.
I've never met her.
You never met her, right? So
Maybe
it's
you
like
just walk
I was
out
like
to the
I
car
was not sure.
Do you have any kids?
No,
No. Okay. Sorry, that's really personal. I'm sorry.
not mine.
Does she speak English as well as you do?
Yes.
Cool.
That's awesome.